Delany, we were talking about the fans in Paris versus the fans here and a little bit of a difference between them. But a man that I read that you're a big fan of is George Clooney, and that you said that you have some similarities. You believe you have similarities. What would you say that those are?
Well, neither of us care about marriage, for one thing, and he's been very vocal about that.
Right.
I also just love what he's done with his celebrity. You know, he's really used it to do good in the world. And it's kind of like being a superhero.
Right.
You know, you have powers to do that you can use them for good or evil.
Right.
And he uses them for good.
And are you guys close friends?
I knew George, this is funny, I knew George when he was on Facts of Life.
Oh, my God.
That's old school.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
my
going way
God.
back.
That's really old school. I was on a short-lived sitcom called Sweet Surrender, and we shared the same makeup room.
That's a nice story to tell.
Yeah.
That was
early George Clooney.
Back in the day.
Not bad. You got a tweeting question, right?
I want to ask you, on your Twitter account, you have tweeted in what I think is Gaelic. Do you speak Gaelic?
I will make a big confession here.
Okay. So did someone tweet in Gaelic for you?
No, there is nothing better than I translate.
I do that all the time for Spanish.
And people are so impressed.
Oh, yeah, Miss Delany of the Irish heritage is tweeting in Gaelic.
So when they
I had to
respond
ask.
to you, then do you go back to the translation
I
again?
look it up, absolutely.
Oh,
Figure
I
out
love
what's
that.
being said.
I translate in many languages.
That's
Okay.
smart.
Yeah.
That is really smart.
So you shared a makeup room with George Clooney. Here's the thing you don't need makeup for that you do. I was fascinated by this. You are a voice actress as well for some of the Batman animated TV series.
And Superman.
And Superman. How did that come about? I mean, I think of you as this substantial film and TV actress, and somebody call you up and go, hey, you want to do a cartoon?
Yeah, it was back in the 90s, and my friend Arlene Sorkin is the voice of Harley Quinn.
Uh-huh.
She has been for many years, so they were looking for somebody to play Andrea Beaumont, who was Batman's girlfriend. And she said, you should think about Dana Delany, and they did. And I tested for it, and I got it. No, they offered me that one, and then because that went well, they said, would you like to test for Lois Lane? And I said, Lois Lane? She's my hero. Oh, my God, I grew up with Lois Lane, so that was a thrill for me.
But isn't it nice, like you said, you don't have to do the hair, the makeup thing. You get
best.
to do your job and get paid for it, and you go home.
And it's like old-time radio. You're actually, most of the time, in the studio with other actors, and it's really good actors do it.
Yep.
Really good actors, like Ron Perlman from Sons of Anarchy was the last thing I did. And Carrie Elways was in it. And my Batman, my favorite Superman still is Tim Daly.
Oh, yeah.
Before
we go,
actors.
we talked about aging gracefully, and then also we've been talking a lot about the criticism that some women in the media are getting, either because of their weight or their age. What do you think about the criticism? As a woman, like, what goes through your mind when you see it or you hear it? Like, are you over it? Is it annoying?
I am so thrilled with Lena Dunham and what she's doing on Girls. I think that she's going to change the world because you can see that somebody who is not your typical young girl who's starving herself to death or who's trying to look a certain way, that she can be sexy and sexual and smart. And I just think she's going to do great things for young women.
Oh, that's good. See,
good.
People are paying attention. They are paying attention.
There is some counterpoint to the swimsuit issue out there somewhere.
Yesterday.
Dana, thank you so much for being with us. Really good to have you with us. Make sure that you watch Body of Proof. It's Tuesday nights on ABC. Really good show.